Our featured speakers today include some very good friends of this legislative body who welcomed me to Window Rock not so very long ago. I'm anxious to hear his thoughts and what he feels this body and the Indian nations collectively going forward will be doing here in the coming years. So would you please welcome me from the Navajo Nation, President Ben Shelly.
Thank you to Senator Briggs for introduction. Mr. Speaker, also like to say good morning to all my families, brothers and sisters, relatives, all tribal leaders. Today on the 19th Annual Indian Nation and Tribal Legislative Day, Tuesday, January 21st, 2014. Thank you for granting us the opportunity to address this distinguished body. The Navajo Nation lives on the concept of Ahwichit Ego. I'm going to say it real slow. Ahwichit Ego. Meaning, in English, self-reliance. You got to do things for yourself. Don't let somebody else do it for you. You have to do it yourself. Earlier, I met with some young people. I told them that. You have to do it. You live your life, you build it the way you want it, do it for yourself. And in this time of federal sequestration and budget cuts, the philosophy of Ahwichit Ego is more important than ever. This doesn't only apply to Navajo Nation, but to all Indian tribes across the country. We are a survivor, and we must continue to move forward for the benefit of our future generation. My grandsons and my grandkids, the younger generation, you are the next in line to build a nation for your Indian tribe and for this great state of Arizona. The Navajo Nation top priority as we work with the state of Arizona is defined by the Navajo Nation Council Resolution. The number is 051-11. Our priorities are education service, social service, health care, economic prosperity, which includes tribal gaming, issue, public safety, and community development. In the public safety area, cross-commission jurisdiction is most of the common problem that we run into. The state of Arizona budget has a significant impact on this priority area and will affect more than 200,000 Navajo people living on the nation and 50,000 other Navajo living in the great state of Arizona. The Navajo Nation Energy Policy of 2013 is a major accomplishment. It's a policy that roadmaps whatever we get into. Alternative energy, gasification, mining, everything. This opens the door for us to work with. This is a great accomplishment. I'd like to say thank you to the council delegates that are here, Mr. Butler, Walter Feld, and others that are here that I've seen this morning for their support on this. Our energy policy has opened the door for Navajo Transitional Energy Company to purchase Navajo mine from BHP, Billington. We signed a coal supply agreement with APS from July 2013 through 2031. More than 800 jobs from the mine and power plant will continue. More importantly, the economy in the Four Corners will continue for years to come. I have always said, what is good for Navajo is good for our neighbors. And I can tell you right now, Governor Brewer will probably agree with me on that. We met on this. He supports jobs. He supports revenue. I know Speaker does the same thing through here, Mr. Speaker, and also the senators that are in this House. you all support that. We need to do what we can for our constituents. The federal government has a trust responsibility to Native Americans. There are lawful obligation held by treaties within the nation to provide important funding resources for such as health care and education. We cannot allow these treaty obligations to fall by the wayside as a matter of budget constraint. North America once had 100 million Native Americans from hundreds of tribes thrive and live on this land. Where we stand today was once Indian land, and I must give recognition to our host tribe of this area for allowing us into their territory. The Gila River Indian Nation, Slot River, Maricopa, Pima Community, and Fort Redoubt. I always say it different, excuse me, Wallapai. Yellapa. I'm sorry. But here they are, I know who they are. My friend, my famous friend is the vice president. She always comes to me a lot, so thank you. Excuse me for my mispronouncing. Today, there are 5 million Native Americans from more than 500 tribes in the U.S. We are still here today surviving and standing up for what is rightfully ours and enacted by treaties upheld by the United States Constitution. The Navajo Nation is interested in partnering with the state of Arizona on educational issues related to job, readiness, career development, and educational achievement of Navajo students. We praise the passage of Arizona Indian Education Act, which we passed into law. This state statute gives the school on Indian Nation the ability to work with tribes to improve the quality of education for students. We would like to enter into a partnership to promote Indian education and initiated from K to 12 education. Higher education, professional development for teachers, instructing on Indian Nation. Data sharing is another important area the Navajo Nation and Arizona must work on for school level and student level data. The data sharing would be used to research best practices, classroom instruction, culture awareness, and school improvement. The nation would also like to work with Arizona on promoting STEM, S-T-E-M, career for student interest in the field of science, technology, engineering, and math. We envision this as student-driven efforts. This is the keystone to our priority on the Navajo Nation's technology. Another area that we support is the transactional privilege tax, which would allow a portion of tax funds collected on the Navajo Nation to return to the nation and counties that serve Navajo for infrastructure development. Last year, a bill was introduced for the creation of a new Navajo County, utilizing the border of the Navajo Nation as the boundary. This bill was dangerous because the racial division and the fact that the new counties would not have been financially stable. Senator Crandall worked with Representative Hill, TPT legislation, and providing an amendment that would send 25% of all state TPT funding generated on Navajo back to the nation and 75% back to the counties serving the Navajo Nation. Again, this TPT effort is a model of self-sufficient for Navajo, and we ask for your support to work with Senator Crandall and our Navajo legislators to move it forward. Representative Hill strongly supports Senate Bill 2075, introduced on January 15, 2014 for consideration. During this legislative session, we ask for your support to allow TPT funding to assist Arizona tribes with infrastructure development. This would provide us with a solid foundation to begin addressing major infrastructure issues such as telecommunication, road building, water line, power line, and other areas of community development. These efforts are in step with our request to retain funding from the Navajo Nation fuel excise tax that funnel into the state budget annually. At an average of $4 million per year, we ask that this FET funding remain on the Navajo Nation and allow us to address the 14,733 miles of road that are on the nation. A total of 76% of 11,352 miles are unpaid and cost the nation and the county a large amount of money to maintain. Soon, a portion of TPT funding generated on the Navajo Nation will provide capital funding for Navajo Technical University. This will be in similar manners as have been done for the Net College for more than a decade. We respect the work of former Senator Jackson, Representative Hale, and Representative Peshagai for the amendment to House Bill 2009 to provide funding for NTU. We also thank Governor Brewer for signing it into law. This was not only an investment in the future of the Navajo Nation, but in our younger generation, but for Arizona as well, as this institution are educating our future leaders of tomorrow. These are a few of the major concerns from the Navajo Nation. We are thankful for the government-to-government relationship we have with the state of Arizona. The value and benefit of this relationship is evident in the recent paving of N20. A few months ago in August 2013, this was a $35 million project, a tremendous effort between the Navajo Division of Transportation and the Arizona Division of Transportation and Federal Highway Administration to restore traffic from the road collapse of US 89 in February 2013. This partnership are important. We have proven, it's a case in point. We have come together, we address a major issue on the road to the public of Arizona, to the customers, the page, and the Arizona people, American citizens. They have a road that collapsed. We, Navajo Nation, state of Arizona, and you as legislators here, senators, come together, we made it happen. I know we can do it again in the future. Because they foster intergovernmental relations, they foster all of that. And cooperation between the tribe, state, and federal government for the benefit of all Americans. Although we have our United States flag coming in. Let's look at that. Remember, remind each other that we are American citizens. If there's an issue, American rails, we come together and make it happen. I was watching Tour this morning. And again, what happened? We came together, made it happen. It happened. This is America. Where Americans come and join and solve the difficulties we have. Forget about that. Get the job done. We're American citizens. Get to go on with life. Make it better for all of us. We look forward to continued positive relationship with the state of Arizona and the federal government. Again, the leadership here in this House, senators and House representatives, let's make it happen. With that, I have to allow me to say a few words to you. I am now 13 minutes into my speaking point, so thank you very much. Thank you.